was a really tough match. I knew going into it, it was going to be like a real roller coaster.
For Connor Kehoe, he says despite the disappointing season, the future for the team is still bright.
You just kind of look at the positive. Season's over, injuries are, everybody gets rested up, we're looking for new players. There is so much development and potential in this team.
And fans tell me the team is headed into a really important offseason, but also with the NFL draft just 100 days away, fans tell me the 3-day event is going to be fresh and rejuvenating for the entire city. In Green Bay, Andrew Amuzu, NBC 26.
Winter's chill is taking a big bite out of the work week. Starting out well below freezing, the wind chill in the double digits below zero in most areas. Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland is here now to tell us what else we can expect this week. Cameron?
Well, Nina, we are now looking at a cold weather advisory for most of the viewing area for tonight into tomorrow morning. It's roughly from Green Bay south and west. And remember, a cold weather advisory this year replaces the wind chill advisory of previous years. Right now, we're looking at clear skies in Appleton. It is 10 degrees with winds at around 10 miles per hour. In Green Bay, we have clear skies. It is 8 degrees with winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour. So obviously, the wind chill is making it feel much, much colder out there. It feels like 10 below in Oconto and 18 below in Anago. Later on tonight into tomorrow morning, wind chills will drop into the teens and 20s below zero across most of the area. Frostbite and or hypothermia are possible if precautions are not taken.
With wind chills in the negatives starting this week, you'll need to take precautions to avoid frostbite. Our Avi Kargloth spoke with a local physician about the precautions you should be taking.
Single-digit temperatures and wind gusts between 20 to 30 miles per hour can take their toll. Even when dressed appropriately, it's important to know what precautions to take in order to avoid frostbite.
If you're out too long, that can lead to frostbite.
When wind chills drop between -10 and -20 degrees, it can cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 30 minutes. If preventative measures aren't taken, you may be in serious trouble.
It freezes the blood vessels so that the circulation is interrupted. So if you're not getting blood flow to the tips of your fingers or the tips of your toes, then those are going to essentially die off and freeze off. And that's where you get the frostbite.
Prevea family physician Long Win says covering exposed skin while knowing what frostbite looks like and feels like can help you prevent frostbite before it sets in.
Preventative measures include layering, so making sure you're wearing several layers of clothes, but also gloves, mittens, socks, making sure that you check the temperature, make sure it doesn't plan to dip lower than you expect. And if you're able to take breaks, go inside, recheck your fingers and toes and make sure that you still have sensations, still make sure that it looks okay. But any first sign, again, of pain, of discoloration, those are times that you should take a break from whatever you're doing and get warm.
Wynn says if you have any concern about frostbite or cold damage, you should go to your doctor to get evaluated. And if it's more severe and turning dark, you should go to the emergency room instead. In Green Bay, Avi Kargloth, NBC 26.
The first of its kind in our region, how the Safe Haven Baby Box at the Howard Fire Department works. And we'll head out to Fond du Lac, where we presented a big check to the Fondy Food Pantry, our former 3 Degree Guarantee partner. See how much money they got thanks to Cameron's accurate forecasts. That's coming up. Welcome back. A place for people to turn who need to surrender newborns has now been installed in our own backyard. Your Howard neighborhood reporter, Perry Apostolakos, has that story.
This is the first Safe Haven Baby Box in Northeast Wisconsin. Starting on Saturday, newborns fewer than 3 days old can be left here. No questions asked. A year ago, the Knights of Columbus in Howard learned about Safe Haven Baby Boxes. So they got to work trying to bring one to the village.
It seemed like a no-brainer.
Howard Fire's newly installed baby box is one of the first in the state.
We all pray that anyone who finds out that they're going to become a parent can be a good one. But if they can't, or they won't, for whatever reason, there's a child that still needs to be protected and taken care of.
According to the Wisconsin Department of Children and Families, anyone can leave an unharmed newborn fewer than 3 days old in one of these boxes without legal trouble.
If a person chooses, they can do it completely anonymously, any time of the day, without having direct contact with a person. So it gives a person in crisis more options. People may be just absolutely apprehensive and having to talk to somebody. And again, just making that other option available may help them make a better decision.
But the state says a person giving a baby up would have to identify themselves if the baby has been harmed, if someone is being forced to give up the baby, or if the child is more than 3 days old.
It's a device that hopefully is not necessarily used often.
But when it is, the outside door will lock after someone places a newborn inside the bassinet and closes it.
There's a beam that goes across inside the litter. So if you hear the little click, that's a magnetic lock that's kicking in.
After the newborn is there for 1 minute,
Baby box activation.
an alarm will sound in the fire station and the police will be called. Within 2 minutes, someone should be there to bring the baby to the hospital. And inside the box, the person surrendering the baby can find a folder with resources and information about how to possibly regain contact with the child. The box will be available after a dedication ceremony here on Saturday, the 18th at 11:30 a.m. In Howard, Perry Apostolakos, NBC 26.
Well, most of us missed out on the heavier snowfall yesterday, so the snow drought continues, but we did not miss out on the cold. How long is it sticking around for? I'll have your 7-day forecast next.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland, featuring the 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by your Wisconsin Chevy Super Dealers.
After yesterday's snowfall and then light wintry mix, we had hardly a cloud in the sky today, at least during the afternoon. And you can see a pretty nice sunset earlier this evening on the western horizon. The radar does show quiet conditions right now, but there is a weak system up across Lake Superior that's going to drop south, and that may kick off a few flurries across the area late tonight into tomorrow morning. But overall, our main weather maker is high pressure, which extends from the Ohio Valley back up into central Canada. And underneath that ridge of high pressure today, cold temperatures. Our normal highs in the mid-20s. We were running about 15 to 20 degrees below that. The afternoon high was only 10, making today the coldest day in over a month. And the wind's going to make it feel even colder as we head throughout the night into Tuesday morning. Look at these wind chills as you head out the door off to work and school tomorrow morning. Feeling like 23 below in Wautoma, 22 below in Oshkosh. The wind chill will be pretty close to 19 degrees below zero in Kewaunee. And even by the middle of the afternoon, wind chills will only be in the single digits. We'll have kind of a mixture of clouds and sunshine throughout the morning, maybe a flurry or two, and then mostly sunny skies by the afternoon with high temperatures in the upper teens. On Wednesday, we'll see highs in the lower 20s. On Thursday, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s. And then on Friday, low to mid 40s across most of central and eastern Wisconsin, which means a January thaw is on the way, something we have not seen so far this month of January in 2025. Last year, we had 15 days, nearly half the month, with high temperatures above freezing. That January thaw being kicked off by a zonal jet stream pattern that'll set up across the country Thursday and Friday, but look what happens behind that. Another huge blast of Arctic air is going to move in from Canada for the weekend and early next week. So tonight, frigid wind chills below zero. A few flurries are possible late. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, then mostly sunny. Maybe a flurry. Highs will be in the upper teens to around 20. Lower 20s with gusty winds on Wednesday. Maybe a flurry on Thursday, especially early with highs in the mid to upper 30s. 40s on Friday. And then the cold front moves through. And after that, the bottom drops out. High temperature is only around 5 on Sunday and Monday. If we had 6 to 12 inches of snow on the ground Sunday and Monday, we would be looking at highs probably around 5 to 15 degrees below zero. That's how cold this air mass is. My 3-degree guarantee for tomorrow is 19. If I can hit that high within 3 degrees, we will donate $100 to Child Care Resource and Referral. And we did that on Saturday. I forecast 29. The high was 32. Today, we presented a check worth $5,600 to the Fondy Food Pantry, our most recent 3-degree guarantee partner. From October through December, I predicted 56 out of 58 forecasts. a 97% accuracy rate. For every high temperature I hit within 3 degrees, we donated $100 to the pantry. As for what the pantry plans to use the money for,
I think we're going to tag it for milk and eggs because we made a promise to our clients that when they come, they will always get a dozen eggs and a gallon of milk. And if you're aware, eggs are getting very, very expensive right now.
Cindy Taylor, the pantry's president of the board, says the pantry is the biggest in Fond du Lac County. They serve 350 families every week.
As wildfires continue to rage across Southern California, many questions linger about what could have been done to prevent the situation from getting worse. We take a closer look into the claims being made and what future steps can be taken. Firefighters in the Los Angeles area continue to fight multiple blazes that have killed at least 24 people. Tens of thousands are still under evacuation orders and aren't sure when they'll be able to return home or if they have a home to return